Well, I just had my first old lady fall, the official one, about, I don't know, a week ago or so. It was Christmas Eve. And I've been taking lots of Advil. I may have even cracked something down there somewhere. Anyway, it'll go away eventually, I'm assuming. I have been, I guess I'm at a different place than a lot of people are. I'm just, when you're old, your focus is on other things. At least mine is. I'm not that focused on survival anymore. I've really been diving into the afterlife life, and combining, in combination with everything I've experienced through meditation and through inner guidance, which hasn't been really clear to me because I'm pretty thick, and also the spiritual teachers that I trust. There's two of them, Michael Mamas and Adyashanti. And a lot of people know Adya and have listened to him for a long time. And then I also rediscovered someone whose books I read years ago, William, last name escapes me now. I'll put a link to one of his talks underneath here. But he does a lot of out of body trips. He doesn't have, it's not a near death experience, but he instigates this himself. And he teaches people how to do it, and he's written books and all that. I'm not interested in doing that. Meditation does it for me just fine. But he has a lot of insights into non-physical realities. So that's pretty interesting. What I gather is that the other side, once spirit leaves the body, the reality is very thought responsive. So whatever you think or imagine is what you experience. And I'm wondering too, there is so much in the last, 15, 20 years, so much material coming out around these near-death experiences. And I'm wondering if it's part of the brainwashing. Because if you expect, to see your guide, and if you expect to see your life review, and if you expect to be greeted, by grandma or your dog, maybe that's how the trap works, because if that's, when I first heard about this whole thing with reincarnation and what a wonderful system it is and how fair it is and how just, because you judge yourself. There's no judgment. It's all just love. And the guides and some have angels and some have, and the council and and there are desks and there are conference rooms and there are, honestly, really, what do you need with a table or a conference room when you're a drop of spirit? So I do think that, and if you think of the phrase as above, so below, or maybe it's the other way around, I am below, so I can extrapolate. It's this below thing here is all about devious creatures bamboozling everybody else. It's all about lies and manipulation. And consent. We give our consent by doing pretty much everything we do, and we're in the net so deep now that it's hard to get out. When you think about just your phone, or the money system, or anything, it's survival, right? And I'm not going to go out and live in the woods. I don't know how, and I don't want to learn how either. I'm too old. Anyway, since it's lies here, I'm pretty convinced it's lies there. And so I'm figuring if I don't want to end up uh, being trapped again and having to come back here, because it seems like a lot of these near-death experiencers didn't want to come back. They didn't want to come back. They didn't, but they got guilted into it, forced into it. Um, Memory wipes happen, all kinds of stuff. So, you know, for whatever reason, a lot of people have opinions as to why this is going on. I don't really care. I pretty much am sure that it is going on, and I just don't want to come back here. So, what I'm thinking about, and if you listen to this, William Buhlman is his name, Buhlman, William Buhlman. If you listen to him, he has some pretty good ideas about what to do if you know that you're going to be leaving here. If before you die, the thing is, if you have an extended illness, then you'll know, right? Um, the thing is, I'm hoping that I'll just die alone, so nobody's gonna bug me, so I can have my awareness where I want it. Because everything that goes on around a person, I mean, I worked in hospitals for years, and all the beeping and the TV in the room and people talking, it's very distracting. There's a lot of noise going on around a sick person or a dying person. Now, a sick person I can understand if they're going to recover, but if you know they're dying, just leave them alone. That's why I think hospice is pretty cool idea. Um, but one can actually make a list, maybe, if I have some protracted illness where I'm going to croak at the end. I could make a list of things that I want done or not have done when I'm on my way out. So if I can't move my body anymore myself, just put my body in a comfortable position, make sure I'm not having any pain, and leave me alone. Just leave me alone. If I don't want to drink, if I don't want to eat, don't push stuff on me. Don't have music playing. Don't have TV going. Don't read me stuff. I remember when my mom was dying, my sister read her something out of the Bible, which is fine. That's their thing, and it was my mom's thing, and that's fine. But just don't do that to me. So, and then the other idea this William Mann had, that you pre-record affirmations that you would like. So, it's a thought. I have to refine it. I haven't gotten to the details. And the thing is, you never know how you're going to go. An accident, that could be okay. Or maybe something will just pop or break or whatever, and I'll just go. But most people have, prolonged stuff going on. There's also the idea that Adia has put forth, and a lot of other people have put forth, that when spirit leaves the body, there's a time, and I don't know how long time is over there, but there's a moment where you're totally clear. You're like in the clear void. You have access to everything. And thought stops, everything stops. And then Adia says you'll start to dream again, and I think he is referring to thought process start again, or memories, or imagination gets going again. So another thing that I'm working on is to have things in my mind that elevate me, that I feel good about, so I can take the energy with me that is pleasing, peaceful at least. I don't care if I'm that happy. I just want to be peaceful. So I need to like get out of my bad mood. I've been in a bad mood for 2 years now, and there's times when I'm pretty much over it, and meditation helps. I've increased the amount of meditation I do. Not necessarily the time, but frequency. I try to do it a couple times a day, and I try to remember and do my little affirmation throughout my day. Of course, it's easier for me. I think if you're busy and you have kids and all that stuff, you probably need to set a time aside. But I pretty much have time all day long to remember myself. And I'm not going to have a body. I'm not going to have a brain. I'm not going to have all this stuff to drag me down. And that's another thing, our attachments. If you're attached to this place, to your pets, to your loved ones, you'll probably end up back. You know, it doesn't mean you don't love them if you disengage. It just doesn't. And the body and the beauty here, there is a lot of beauty here. But you only think it's beautiful because your body and your whole system, your energy system is responding to what you see. Maybe somewhere else this wouldn't even matter, you know. So I'm enjoying what there is to enjoy, which these days isn't much. But there is beauty out there. And so, I'm trying to enjoy that, but also to remember that I am that void, that the deep inside, that's what we are. If you want to call it spirit, you can call it spirit. That's the real you. That's the real essence of what you are. Body's not going to make it. And so the other thing I've heard is like cremation is a good idea because the body will just be gone. There's nothing to attach to. Oh, so those are some of my thoughts on this whole subject. And the other thing is a lot of people are feeling lonely and alone and disconnected, which, I have felt too. I've felt that for several years now. But, I think it's a good thing. I'm going to die alone, even if there's people around. The trip you take it alone. And so, to find out that you are your own best company, your own best friend. You want the best for you. Doesn't mean you neglect other people, but you just, you're it. You're it. Always have been. Everything you need is inside of you. Always has been, always will be. I mean, I take teachings from other people. I'm so grateful for all the teachers that have been there in my life, not even official teachers, just people around me. And I'm still very grateful that the internet's around so I can, do some research. But, you kind of feel your way through this. And if it feels okay to you, then it's probably meant for you. Just tiptoe in. Sometimes you have to back out. There's a lot of things in my life that I've done that I thought resonated with me, and then it was a whole bunch of BS. So, take it easy, take it step by step, and take good care of yourself. Thanks for listening. Bye.